Welcome back to One Guy, One Course, One Disc. I'm here doing another short review at Mammoth Park in Mammoth, Pennsylvania. It's a 9-hole course. I'm going to be using the Comet, which is a, I think, 4-5 -2-1. So let's see how it flies here at Mammoth Park. Hole 1 is a 366-foot par 3. It's going to go uphill 27 feet. So hole 2 here is about 249 feet to the tree where you want to start to turn at. It does turn to the left. So let's see how far we can get here. So from that tree there, which is 249 from the tee, it's another 66 feet to the basket. So the hole's roughly about 315 feet. So hole 3 here, I can't see the basket from the tee. The sign says 552 feet. So I'm not really sure where to throw. I'm just going to throw one shot. Hopefully I'll see the basket from there. So I still can't see the basket, but on the tee sign it showed a parking lot, which is right here. So I'm going to put my second shot somewhere over to the right of the porta potty. And hopefully, once I get closer, I'll be able to see the basket. I can get an actual distance. Hole 3 was about 510 feet, went up about 10 feet. Hole 4 is 241 foot straight shot. Let's see if we can get it done. Oh, come on. All right, hole 5 is going to be 298 out into the open field. You do have a low gap you got to contend with, but hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. Or you can just go to the wrong side of the tree and throw it horribly. Oh! So hole 6 here, I believe it's tucked away in this gap here off in the distance. It's 306 feet to the front of that gap. Downhill 13 feet, so hopefully once we get in there we'll actually be able to see the basket and we can get the rest of the distance from there. Oh. So from the gap, it's 191 feet to the basket, which makes this hole roughly 497. I'm taking my second shot, third shot, fourth shot. So obviously this isn't a hole for the Comet. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So if you can see behind me, your probably first thought is, where's the basket, like mine was. It's tucked away in the trees kind of down here on the left. The only way you're gonna get there is throwing something to the right on hyzer. It's about 220 feet from the Teepad. Let me show you the Teepad, because it's basically a big ditch. But so yeah, we're gonna just try throwing something out to the right, let it crash back to the left, see what happens. Of course it flips. Oh man. So here we are, hole 8, another blind tee shot, but it's tucked away. The fairway goes to the right and then back to the left. It's kind of tucked away behind this bump out in the trees. It's about 200 feet to that bump out. So let's see if I can get some turn and hopefully get it to flex back and get somewhat close to the basket. From that little apex, it's about 96 feet to the basket, so you're looking at 290 total for the hole. I luckily actually threw it the way I wanted to throw it. Now let's see if I can get this long range birdie. Nope. Yeah. 9 here, last hole at Mammoth Park. It is a massive hole. The tee sign says 924. Couldn't get a clear shot on the basket, but it was looking right around 915-ish. But once we get further up, I'll let you know exactly what it is. But to this, where the tall grass is here on the right, it's about 250 feet. So I'm going to try and get it there, and then we'll dissect this hole a little further. So yeah, the hole in entirety is about 925 feet. So obviously probably a good layup spot here because this gap is a little tight to hit. But once you get past this, it's wide open the rest of the way. There's probably a bunch of right to left shots as far as you can throw it. Hopefully I can get a par, if not a bogey. So I still have another 527 feet to go, so probably gonna get a bogey, but I am throwing a slower disc, so it makes sense. But I'm gonna try and get a little right, that way I can do more of a hyzer on my fourth shot. Still got about 315 feet to go, so unless I throw a miracle shot, definitely be getting a bogey. But let's rip into it and see what I can do. Well, I managed to lose the disc on the last hole, probably the second to last shot, which kind of sucks. But if you're here at Mammoth Park, hole 9, close to the tee basket, or close to the basket, probably 100 feet, 150 feet out on the left, there is a pink Big Z Comet, Discraft Comet. I might have to wait till the winter because right now it's very thick in the woods. So unless you like getting scratched up, poison ivy, ticks, you might have to wait till the winter once things die down. As far as the disc goes, the Comet it's pretty, it'll turn when you first start throwing it. I had the big Z plastic, which I think is the kind of most overstable plastic Discraft has. So it was a little harder to get it to turn for me. I mean, if I really cranked into it, I got some turn, as you could see in some of the shots. So I think if you get like a Z plastic or the, was it Z Flex, I think you can get it to turn. They'll definitely beat in though, and you'll get a lot of turn out of it. Probably become a flippy disc. So I'd say it's worth checking out for beginners. If you're looking for something that won't turn a lot, but will also finish a little left. As far as the course goes, for a kind of recreation park course, it's not that bad. A lot of the shots, they're open, but they do have rough that you have to watch out for. It's a good course to come out and play around at. You know, I wouldn't probably come here on a regular basis, although there's not much in the area, so it's probably the best you have. The Teepads are natural, so there's no cement Teepads. The navigation of the course can be difficult, so you'll definitely need Udisc if you come out here. The pars on the sign are way off. So I mean, they have 200-foot holes that are par 4s. So you can probably play most as a par 3, maybe one par 4, and then 9 is definitely a par 5. There are some muddy areas, so if you come out here a day after it rains, your shoes will get dirty. But other than that, I mean, it's for a 9-hole course in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. It's a pretty good course. I mean, if you're passing by the area, if you're passing by Latrobe, I would say it's worth checking out, but I definitely wouldn't come and make a special trip out just for this course. It's definitely not worth that. But definitely check it out if you're in the area. And until next time, off to the next course.